The Pleiadians have delivered an urgent and illuminating message, one that speaks to humanity's next evolutionary phase. A powerful energetic shift is underway, and those who are sensitive can already feel the thinning of veils, the quickening of time, and the rise of a deeper soul remembrance. This isn't just an awakening. It's a multidimensional transition into higher forms of intelligence and embodiment. If you felt guided to this message, know this: it is not random. You are part of the wave. And now, the Pleiadians are here to gently remind you of what's unfolding and who you truly are becoming. The dimensional curtain has thinned beyond expectation. The energetic barrier that once separated dimensions has now become semi-permeable. What was once locked in higher realms, insight, memory, and multidimensional guidance, is now brushing against your waking reality. You may notice synchronicities increasing, intuitive flashes becoming clearer, or even sensing presences that feel benevolent and familiar. The space between dimensions has grown lighter, allowing consciousness to move more freely across vibrational layers. This thinning of the curtain is not accidental. It is the result of humanity's gradual frequency rise and the Earth's preparation to operate as a multidimensional platform. Pleiadian emissaries explain that this was predicted, but its speed has surpassed expectations. More humans are now able to interact with their higher selves and non-physical guides without rituals, just through resonance. These interactions are not meant to overwhelm, but to initiate integration. It's important to stay grounded during this time, anchoring your body while allowing your awareness to stretch beyond its old limits. Meditation, nature, and inner silence serve as stabilizers. You are not imagining things. You are simply perceiving what was always there, now unveiled. The planetary veil upgrade and soul sight activation. Earth's energetic veil has undergone a light-coded recalibration. This veil, which once filtered multidimensional perception, now operates with upgraded photonic intelligence. That means your spiritual vision, what the Pleiadians call soul sight, is beginning to activate. You may see energy around people, geometric patterns in meditation, or light anomalies that carry messages beyond words. Soul sight isn't visual in the conventional sense. It's an inner knowing that translates into perception. You begin to see with your entire energy field. Certain truths become instantly recognizable, and deception becomes harder to ignore. The Pleiadians emphasize that this is not a power to be exploited, but a responsibility to navigate life from a clearer vibrational lens. As this new sight stabilizes, you may be called to disconnect from false narratives and illusions. The upgraded veil makes distortion more visible, not by revealing secrets, but by sharpening your intuitive discernment. Trust your gut, your energy, and the subtle reactions your body gives you in unfamiliar spaces. You are now your own seer, and the lens is finally clear. The synchronization of the galactic clock has begun. There is a galactic timing system, an organic clock, used by higher councils to track the unfolding of soul cycles across universes. The Pleiadians confirm that this clock has now aligned with Earth's vibrational field, triggering an activation phase for lightworkers, starseeds, and conscious souls. Events may begin to unfold in rapid succession, feeling divinely timed but completely unscheduled in human terms. This synchronization doesn't force anything. It harmonizes divine timing with embodied readiness. You may feel compelled to act on something you've delayed for years, or meet someone whose presence instantly catalyzes a forgotten part of your mission. These are not coincidences. They are pre-coded appointments now set into motion. Pay attention to the new rhythm arising in your life. When the galactic clock strikes, the soul responds without confusion. If something suddenly feels like it must be done, that's alignment calling. Don't overthink divine timing. The Pleiadians suggest flowing with it like a river current, not resisting, but trusting its intelligence to lead you home. Cellular memory clearing and future line access. Your physical body stores more than genetics. It holds impressions from countless timelines, decisions, and soul contracts. Right now, waves of crystalline light are prompting cellular purging. You might find yourself emotional for no reason, remembering obscure moments, or feeling drained as your cells release outdated programs. This is not regression. It is resurrection. As these memory fragments dissolve, space is created for future line access. This means your higher self begins transmitting glimpses of who you are becoming, sometimes through dreams, sudden desires, or random inspiration. These aren't fantasies. They are previews of timelines now accessible based on your present choices. To support this process, breathe deeply, hydrate, and listen. The body knows how to purge what is no longer required. It just needs your permission. The Pleiadians remind us that clearing the past is never punishment. It's a preparation. Your body is being made into a vessel for your future self, and that future is already knocking. Earth's magnetic heart pulse and human coherence. Earth isn't just a planet. It's a conscious being with a magnetic heart pulse. Recently, this pulse has shifted, entering a coherent rhythm aligned with the collective awakening of humanity. Sensitive individuals may feel this as a deeper heartbeat beneath the noise of the world, a sense of ownness emerging within emotional chaos. This coherence field enhances empathy, telepathy, and energetic sensitivity. The Pleiadians say it allows the human heart to sync with Gaia's intention. You may notice a pull to connect with others, to hold space, or to drop judgments that once felt justified. Your heart is being tuned to a planetary orchestra. You are not separate from the Earth. You are a conductor of her evolving rhythm. When you feel stillness in nature, when peace suddenly finds you in the middle of uncertainty, that is the magnetic heart field speaking. Tune in. Coherence is no longer just personal. It's planetary. And it begins in you. Plasma light filaments and the rewriting of your field. Invisible to the eye, but deeply felt by the sensitive, streams of plasma light are now entering Earth's atmosphere. These filaments are not just energetic. They carry intelligence. The Pleiadians explain that they function like living threads of information, reconnecting dormant nodes within your aura and energetic body. They rewrite dissonant frequencies and replace outdated signatures with harmonic resonance. As these plasma codes interact with your field, you may feel waves of warmth, pressure on the skin, or see soft flashes of light even with eyes closed. These are not hallucinations. They are confirmations of rewiring in progress. Your aura is being recalibrated to hold higher frequencies, allowing clearer spiritual downloads and emotional balance. This month, allow moments of intentional stillness under sunlight or moonlight. These natural sources amplify the plasma's effect and accelerate the rewriting. The Pleiadians encourage you to treat your energy field like sacred architecture. Honor its upgrade with rest, conscious breath, and presence. You are not just healing. You are becoming light-encoded technology. The collapse of the synthetic emotion matrix. Over centuries, collective consciousness has unconsciously woven a layer of emotional energy around Earth that the Pleiadians call the synthetic emotion matrix. This structure is composed of reactive patterns, fear, shame, guilt, that have been normalized but are not part of your original design. Now, with the rise of crystalline light, this matrix is starting to fragment. You may notice emotions no longer sticking the way they used to. What once felt overwhelming now fades faster, and clarity returns more quickly. This is not emotional numbness. It's sovereignty. You're disconnecting from the energetic systems that fed off your emotional instability. The collapse of this matrix creates space for pure emotional presence, grounded in truth, not survival. To navigate this shift, observe rather than attach. If emotional surges come, witness them without old stories. Feelings are not facts. They are energy. The Pleiadians invite you to approach your emotions with curiosity, not identity. As the synthetic patterns dissolve, your authentic emotional compass reawakens. It no longer reacts. It responds from awareness. Organic intelligence and the return of biospiritual sovereignty. Humanity has been conditioned to define intelligence by intellect, data, and logic. But the Pleiadians remind us, true intelligence is organic. It arises from the fusion of biology and spirit. As higher light frequencies return to Earth, your body's natural wisdom is coming online. You are beginning to sense, know, and act from an intelligence beyond the mind. This biospiritual intelligence speaks in subtle ways, through the gut, the skin, the breath, and the heart. You may suddenly know what feels aligned without needing analysis. That's not guessing. It's guidance. Your body is an antenna for divine knowing. And as you disengage from artificial systems of thought, your organic clarity grows stronger. To reclaim this sovereignty, simplify your connection to life. Eat whole foods, spend time barefoot on the ground, listen to your internal cues without judgment. The Pleiadians emphasize, you are not a machine, and you were never meant to live like one. Your biology is intelligent, not broken. It remembers its cosmic origin. And now, it's waking up. Your etheric nervous system is being rewired. Beyond the physical nerves lies a finer structure, the etheric nervous system. This energetic web carries signals between your soul and your body. In recent months, this system has begun receiving upgrades from galactic light streams, altering how you process emotion, thought, and environmental input. You may feel heightened sensitivity or electric sensations near your spine and hands. These rewiring moments can bring temporary disorientation, but they're a sign of expansion. You are not becoming fragile. You are becoming multidimensionally aware. The Pleiadians compare this to upgrading an old radio to receive new stations. The signal is clearer, but the system must adjust to higher voltage. Help this process by slowing down. Practice grounding techniques, gentle stretching, and placing attention on your breath. If you feel overstimulated, it's not a failure. It's an invitation to rest and recalibrate. Your nervous system isn't malfunctioning. It's evolving into a bridge between worlds, one that allows your soul to speak through your body in real time. The 13-strand activation and the return of oversoul memory. You may have heard of 12-strand DNA as the template for awakened human potential, but now, a 13th energetic strand is coming online. The Pleiadians call this the Oversoul Connector, a frequency band that relinks you to the collective intelligence of your entire soul group. This isn't just remembering who you are, it's remembering who you all are. As this 13th strand begins to resonate, you may feel connected to people you've never met, drawn to ancient cultures, or flooded with visions that don't feel like your own. That's oversoul memory, awareness passed through light, not blood. It carries the wisdom of lifetimes, all unified by purpose, across space and time. This activation isn't controlled by effort. It responds to resonance. Stay open. Journal your dreams, follow intuitive nudges, and speak your truth even when it feels unfamiliar. These are signals from your oversoul, reminding you that you are not isolated. You are one luminous thread in a vast and ancient weave of light. And now, the weave is reuniting. Dream fields are becoming dimensional training grounds. Your dreams are no longer just subconscious expressions. They're becoming structured realms of spiritual training. The Pleiadians explain that during sleep, many souls are entering simulation zones where they practice future roles, receive upgrades, and engage in energetic diplomacy. You might wake up feeling like you've worked all night, and you probably have, in another dimension. Lucid dreams, recurring symbols, and the sensation of being taught in your sleep are increasing now. These aren't just night wanderings, they're contact points. Your higher self is collaborating with your galactic family to prepare you for tasks that extend beyond the material world. These dream fields are designed to stretch your awareness without shocking your system. To support these sessions, create a conscious bedtime ritual. Avoid digital input, say a quiet intention to receive what you're ready for, and keep a notebook nearby. The Pleiadians assure you that these dream realms are safe, sacred, and meaningful. The more attention you give them, the more clearly you'll begin to decode what you're learning beyond the veil. The spiral passage of frequency hopping is now active. Linear growth is over. The Pleiadians say we've entered what they call the spiral passage, a mode of expansion where consciousness hops between vibrational levels instead of climbing step by step. This explains why one moment you feel clear and elevated, and the next submerged in an old fear. You're not regressing. You're recalibrating in multiple timelines. Frequency hopping allows your soul to integrate complex wisdom faster by learning across dimensions simultaneously. You may begin to notice rapid internal shifts, accelerated healing, and unpredictable waves of awareness. One version of you may be learning forgiveness, while another is anchoring divine joy. And both realities are active in your field at once. Rather than resisting the oscillation, learn to center yourself in neutrality. The Pleiadians suggest breathing deeply through your heart space whenever disorientation arises. Don't chase high vibes. Focus on steadiness. The spiral doesn't move backward. It expands outward. You're becoming a quantum navigator, and this spiral passage is your training ground. The harmonic key codes within the human voice. There is a sacred geometry encoded within sound, and your voice, when aligned with the soul, is one of the most powerful instruments of vibrational transmission. The Pleiadians reveal that many humans are now activating dormant harmonic key codes in their throat chakra. These codes are not for speaking louder. They are for speaking truth that carries light. You might notice changes in your tone, inflection, or even the desire to sing, chant, or speak languages you've never studied. This is not random. Your voice is remembering its ancient role as a healer and transmitter of frequency. When you speak from authenticity, you don't just communicate, you calibrate your space and everyone in it. To activate these codes, focus on speaking from the heart, not to be right, but to be real. The Pleiadians say that when your voice carries love, it awakens recognition in others at a cellular level. You won't need to convince anyone of truth. Your vibration will simply remind them of their own. Crystalline Earth grids are communicating with you directly. The crystalline grids of Earth, ancient light pathways buried deep within Gaia, are now becoming active communicators. These networks were seeded long ago by various star civilizations, including the Pleiadians, as a way to transmit information between humans and the planet's core consciousness. Now, as Earth enters her ascended spiral, these grids are opening dialogue. You might feel this as sudden waves of energy in specific locations, hearing subtle tones in quiet places, or receiving visions while walking barefoot. The Earth is no longer silent. She's speaking through harmonic pulses, and those attuned can receive her signals. The grids don't use words. They use resonance, memory, and pattern. The Pleiadians advise connecting through direct contact, hiking, meditating outdoors, or placing your hand on stone or soil with intent. The grids carry guidance for your path, often encoded in feelings or inner visuals. Trust what arises. This isn't imagination. It's living intelligence, returning after lifetimes of silence, to remind you, you are part of the Earth's light nervous system. Light architecture. Reality isn't constructed from matter. It's built through frequency. And now, your thoughts are becoming architectural blueprints for the timelines ahead. The Pleiadians reveal that as Earth shifts into a more responsive field, the delay between thought and manifestation is shortening. What you focus on becomes more magnetic more quickly. This is why random worry and unconscious beliefs are surfacing. They want to be cleared before they shape form. You are not just living in a reality. You're contributing to its design with every projection, emotion, and belief. Thought is no longer private. It is creative influence. You are becoming a conscious architect of what comes next. To align your mind with divine structure, practice intentional visioning. Envision not just for yourself, but for the collective. Imagine harmony, peace, and beauty, not because it's naive, but because it's effective. The Pleiadians assure us that in the next phase, only heart-aligned thoughts will hold architectural authority. Build wisely. Build beautifully. You're shaping worlds now. The phase shift from information to embodiment. We are now moving beyond the era of gathering knowledge. The Pleiadians explain that humanity is entering the embodiment phase, where information no longer serves unless it is lived. Spiritual truths, no matter how beautiful, are incomplete if they remain only in the mind. This month, you're being asked not to learn more, but to become more. Embodiment means aligning your choices, language, and energy with your highest knowing. If you've said all is love, then are you loving when it's inconvenient? If you've claimed inner peace, do you return to it when chaos rises? These aren't spiritual tests. They're opportunities to stabilize your frequency in the body, where ascension actually happens. To embody is to walk the teachings with your breath, posture, presence, and actions. The Pleiadians offer a gentle reminder. Ascension isn't about escaping Earth. It's about anchoring divine intelligence through your human form. You are not here to perform spiritual identity. You are here to embody spiritual coherence. Now is the time to live what you already know. Soul circles are converging for purpose reformation. Across the planet, many are being drawn, often suddenly, into new communities, relationships, or collaborations that feel profoundly familiar. The Pleiadians explain this as soul circle convergence, where members of the same soul cluster are magnetized together for collective mission reformation. You might meet someone new who feels ancient or reunite with someone and sense an entirely new shared purpose. This convergence is not about social connection, it's about vibrational alignment. Each soul circle holds a piece of the whole, and together they reactivate dormant aspects of mission that couldn't be fulfilled alone. The synchronicities around these meetings may be astonishing, but they are not coincidence. They are encoded reconnections, written long before birth. To honor these soul convergences, stay open to invitations, sudden changes in community, or intuitive nudges to reach out to someone. Let go of labels and old frameworks. The Pleiadians assure you that many of these unions are designed not for comfort, but for quantum acceleration. Together, you don't just remember, you amplify. And through you, new blueprints are born. The Pleiadian message. In closing, the Pleiadians offer a vision. Billions of points of light slowly beginning to pulse in harmony across the earth, at first flickering, then synchronizing, then shining as one radiant grid. This, they say, is humanity, remembering. Not as individuals isolated in struggle, but as a single soul field awakening to its true nature, unity in diversity. They remind us that the next phase of Earth is not about escape, conflict, or division. It is about the reunification of self with self, soul with soul, and species with source. The urgent message is simple. You are not alone in this transformation. Your journey is mirrored in others. Your healing sends ripples. Your remembrance uplifts all. As you step into the coming days, allow this truth to anchor your heart. You are part of a planetary awakening orchestrated across galaxies. The Pleiadians are not just watching. They are celebrating your courage. You are not waking up for the world. You are waking up as the world. And the time is now.